Welcome back here, people. Velma started the year off with oh my god, what am I watching? Let's see what you way to put it. It was terrible from the first episode go down. I reviewed every episode of Velma. It continuously got worse. It was unfunny, uninteresting, racist as hell. Tried to use the queer angle as a shield for how badly performing this show was. And if more than that, the Minnie Kaling just used this as a self-insert and just used Velma to try and guard herself for whatever was going on. It didn't work. And when you check at Velma's Rotten Tomato score here, 7% audience score. It's gone up by 1. It was 6 all the time. It's gone up by 1 now. And the critics rating is at 41%. It was at 42. It dropped by 1. And as me user rating, over 11,600 plus people have commented on this show and how terrible it absolutely is. This was a horrendous show. They used Scooby-Doo as some kind of sounding board, or should I say, some kind of elevation for this crap, and it was garbage. People constantly comment on my videos, what a terrible show Velma is. Absolutely terrible. Even the people who it was designed for. I can't even say, I can't even say the people who it was designed for, because this show was really made for nobody. It was just an attempt to just put out garbage and just figure, well, that's all people need, so the hell with all you. That was it. It was not well done. It was not put together well. Nothing about it was good. And let's not even forget the last episode. Turns out Fred's mother is the serial killer, because why? It must be the white woman. They made no reference to it. Like I said, there was no detective work, nothing done in this entire show. It was just a cringe-worthy, garbage-filled piece of mess. That's it. And people would say, there were talks about how, they may not, they have a season 2 on the road. And people were saying, no, they would, that the whole show wouldn't get a season 2. They got the other. Figure so. Velma season 2 now in the works at HBO Max. Now, I will tell you something honestly. I am not surprised by this. Because according to some of the sources that have reached out to me, Velma season 2 was in the works. Or should I say Velma season 2 was greenlit before season 1 even came out. I'm telling you, before season 1 even premiered, Velma season 2 was already greenlit. Now that's not to say that, that can't change. This could still very well change, because David Zaslav loves to cut projects, and it could very well end up that this could end up getting cut. You understand me? It could end up with this getting cut. Right? But as of right now, according to the sources that have reached out to me and the sources that I have looked into, season 2 of Velma was greenlit before season 1 even premiered. That's how much they were willing to push this down people's throats. And people will say that, they were going to say that Velma was the most watched premiered show on HBO Max, the animated show on HBO Max. Okay, very well. For the first episode, people may have very well checked it out to see what it is, but I can't wait until the Nielsen ratings come out. And I want to see the first episode on the first week. I want to see the weeks after that, how badly this actually did. Because they talked about how, Velma had a 127% viewership. That was debunked as crap, because they were using how people were talking about it online. And talking about something online doesn't mean that you're actually watching it. Some people watch it to see how bad it is, but from the amount of negative reviews, it's clear what people were thinking when it came to this show. It's not good. But like I said, my sources informed me early on this show had already been greenlit for a second season before the first one even came out. Let's get into this and give you a bit of information from this article. Velma season 2 is now in the works at HBO Max. For better or for worse, work has begun on a second season of Velma at HBO Max. Despite the show's overly negative reviews, but boy, there are a lot of them, serving as a fresh reboot of the Scooby-Doo story. That's incorrect. It's not a fresh reboot of the Scooby-Doo story at all. These are not Scooby-Doo characters. I don't know what in God's name they're supposed to be. They're not Scooby-Doo characters. They're just cosplaying as Scooby-Doo characters. They're just a bunch of awful people, especially Velma. Terrible individual. The new show serves as a prequel, going back to when the members of Mystery Inc. weren't yet solving mysteries together while traveling from one spooky location to another. So, actually, we'll continue. The characters have been reimagined in both appearance and personality, while the total absence of Scooby-Doo himself has served as one of the biggest gripes fans have had about the show. People have a lot of gripes about this show. A lot of guys about it. When we're talking about this is a prequel. So this is a prequel, and the best thing they could decide to do is make fun of Fred for being white, having a small dick, and just constantly talk about white privilege and push it down your throat. That's it. That's a reimagining. In any case, Velma was met with very harsh reviews from critics and viewers upon its release on HBO Max last month. It had an abysmal audience score of just 7% at Rotten Tomatoes, while sitting on a rotten score on the tomato meter at 42%. Velma is faring even worse on IMDb, where it's been labeled with a 1.4 out of 10 score based on more than 66,000 fan ratings. But for all those bad reviews, people are tuning in for Velma en masse, even if seemingly most viewers weren't enjoying it. And that high viewership may have been enough to convince HBO Max to roll the dice another season, perhaps hopeful that fans will start warming up to the show by season 2. I doubt that, you know. I could be wrong, but I seriously doubt people were actually watching this show in mass. I think people checked it out to see how bad it is, but I really don't think that is because remember, this was the same claim they were talking about when it came to Rings of Power, how people were watching it, and Amazon was one of the best shows ever. But then Amazon kept hiding it, only to eventually find that nobody was watching the damn thing. When they're still greenlighted for a second season. And like I said before, I was reliably informed by my sources that this show, Velma, had already been greenlit for a season 2 before season 1 even came out. So this is nothing new or shocking at this point. As of now, HBO Max has not officially announced their season renewal for Velma, though there have been some recent rumors about a second season in gestation. Right, they're talking about something involving Deadline, right? And this is the article here from Deadline, right? Channing Dungey breaks down Warner Bros. TV comedy business as studio sets up Amazon projects from Mindy Kaling and Hacks. Oh, yeah. So Mindy Kaling, despite failing with Velma, is getting more work. Right? So this is the woman here who's the head of the thing, right? Let me get into it. Channing Dungey, I hope I'm pronouncing the name correct, I'm not terrible with names. Chairman and CEO of Warner Bros. Television Group. She has seems like, oh yeah, this Night Court thing that they bring out, I really have no interest in watching. Night Court was good years ago, leave it and done with it. Bring it back because you know they're out the ideas. Let me get to the one where they talk about Velma. Yes, at the end here. Right. What is highlighted here? Dungey's team is working on a second season of Scooby-Doo spin-off Velma, an adult animated comedy that comes from Kaling and Charlie Granley that was the streamer's most watched animated series debut ever. Yeah, not shocking. People wanted to see what it was about, but I'm telling you, the majority of people checked out after the first episode, and then after the second one, even more was gone. And stars, Shining Veil, starring Konica, and whatever. So, the fact of it is, they haven't officially announced it yet, but like I said, according to what I have heard from my sources beforehand, Velma was greenlit for a second season before the first one even came out. But that doesn't change the fact, and this is Velma's Rotten Tomatoes score. It's gone down, was at 42% all the time, it's gone down to 41% now. It was at 6% audience score for a while, it's gone up to 47%. You understand me? But it's not good. at all. Not good at all, no matter what you do. And look at how many ratings here. Every episode is a cringy, eye-rolling slug. Velma's attempts at modernizing the franchise are so inept. Jokes become exhausting in the Meta Not For Kids Scooby-Doo prequel. Leans annoyingly into the awkward racial and sexual humor while simultaneously retreading ancient, overdone and obvious, like what Scooby don't. That Velma is unpleasant. You know, some people come out and say, yeah, they love it. Sure, they didn't even watch it. To get minority 1 stars and all kind of stuff. Just looking to panda, that's the thing about it. But as of right now, it hasn't been confirmed yet. But like I said, according to my sources, this was the information that I got. Velma has been greenlit. Velma was greenlit for a second season before the first one even came out. They are looking to double down hard on this. So we're getting another season. Maybe we're getting another season of Velma. Like I said, things could change, but right now, that's what's coming out there. Let me know your thoughts on this in the comments. If you have a different opinion, I'd love to hear it. If you like the video, make sure to hit that thumbs up. Subscribe if you have not already. Ring the notification bell and notified every time I put out a new video. And I shall see you all next time. Take care.